Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to take a quick first look review of the new 2020 Genesis G90. Before we do, however, I just want to remind you that if you find this review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The redesigned 2020 Genesis G90 has a summer of 2019 release date and will arrive with a more upscale feel. This 2020 variant marks the first major redesign and now sporting a more athletic look, added premium features inside, and new tech including rear cross-traffic collision avoidance assistant. Genesis didn't give out too many details on the new G90 yet, and I'm not sure what will apply to the US-spec version when it debuts. The Korean-spec G90 will have three different engine options, a 3.8-liter V6 and a 5-liter V8, in addition to a 3.3-liter turbocharged V6. Inside, expect the redesigned G90 to receive a more upscale feel, in part to improvements in materials and features like quilted Nappa leather seating, new contrast piping on the leather-wrapped dashboard, additional leather wrapping on the center console, higher quality switchgear, and natural wood trim with an exposed grain texture. The 2020 Genesis G90 will be offered in 9 exterior colors: marble white, platinum silver, graceful gray, carbon metal, umber brown, royal blue, titanium black, Porto red, and Gold Coast silver. And 2 new two-tone color and trim combinations will be available for the interior, brown and brown blue. Overall, the new G90 is a handsome, full-size luxury sedan that will go head-to-head with German and Japanese heavy hitters like the new 7 Series, S-Class, and Lexus LS. It's easy to argue that a Korean brand may have trouble keeping up, but the 2020 G90 definitely closes that gap with new features and performance offered at an affordable price point for consumers interested in a large luxury sedan. Okay, let's jump into this quick first look review of the upcoming, they say arriving soon here. We can see that, well, it doesn't pull. Arriving soon, 2020 Genesis G90. They, like I said in the intro, they don't tell us a lot about things like the engine. What engine powertrain options are going to be available on this 2020 Genesis? Now, here's the funny thing. Just yesterday, literally just yesterday, I did a build and price of the 2019 Genesis G90 5.0 Ultimate. I didn't even realize that this new upcoming 2020 was going to be available until after I put that video up. If you're interested in this 2020, you're surely going to be interested in the 2019. I just did the review. After you take a look at this video, I'm going to put a link up in the corner right now. Take a look at that Genesis G90 2019 video as well. So they should have made this photo a little bit darker, but we could see here that, this car is really about luxury. I love the wheels. We're going to talk about all this real fast. They're talking about how this car has a streamlined physique. It's got the signature crest grille, right? And it does look gorgeous. It's flanked by signature quad lamps. These are the headlamps. Emphasize its refined proportions, right? So it's pretty cool. Let's move on. There's not a lot of stuff to see, but there's some things to talk about. So let's do that. The interior is gorgeous. I said that yesterday on the 2019 Genesis that I just did. It hasn't even been 24 hours since I did that video. This one is even nicer. This open pore wood is beautiful. The Nappa leather, which features double sound, and the car also has double soundproof glass, triple sealed doors, 22-way power adjustable driver seat. That's pretty amazing. Those wheels are 19-inch dish type wheels. We're going to take a look at those wheels because they are beautiful. Well, they do tell us one thing about the engine. We know that you get the V8, the 5.0, right? Because down here they tell us the 420 horsepower V8 engine. So we do know at least one powertrain that is going to be available. It's going to be the big boy, the 5-liter V8 that makes, what was it? I think around 383 horsepower, somewhere thereabouts in that neighborhood. When you go check out the other video, you can see the specs on those other engines because you can get the 3.3-liter engine or you can get the 5-liter engine on the 2019 model. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a complete carryover. And some of the other reading I was doing, I was reading that most of the redesign is basically appearance, meaning the outside, the wheels, the body. Yeah, you can dress up the interior nicer, but underneath the skin, the running gear, the powertrains, all of that are probably going to be the same. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's no fresh engines or anything like that, because if there were, they'd certainly probably be letting us know in this little intro information here. But what they are letting us know is that there are multiple technological enhancements and firsts for this Genesis. For instance, there's the 12.3-inch central display. It's re-engineered with a new ultra-fast full touchscreen that can show multiple functions simultaneously, and it even has a split screen feature. This new 2020 Genesis G90 also has what looks like to be an adaptive control suspension. And yeah, so that's going to strike the ideal balance, they say, between comfort and performance. The car looks gorgeous. I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Those wheels, fantastic. That's why on the last piece of the intro, I was showing those wheels because they're gorgeous. And speaking of wheels, really, let's take a look at the gallery. Honestly, there's not a whole bunch of information to check out on this page. They're not telling us much. Yeah, they're telling us that for this thing to be having a summer release date of 2019, right? It's the middle of June right now of 2019 at the time of this recording. So this thing should be out pretty soon, but they're not really telling us anything. They're really keeping it under the wraps. They're really keeping it under the wraps. But let's check out these photos. Let's start with those, the wheels. Look how beautiful these wheels are. I think they're very nice. Up close, they're not as nice as I like, but, you know, they are still very nice. They remind me of the wheels on a 2007 Mercedes S600. That's a big V12. I'm going to put a picture up to that right now so you can actually see what that looks like. And as you can see, it's not an exact match, no, but they're in the ballpark. And yeah, it just this car has the classic, just big luxury sedan proportions and looks and things like that. It's got the right look. It's making all the right noises is what I'm saying. The interior is just gorgeous. I mean, it's like 7 Series gorgeous. It's beautiful in here. You've got the contrast stitching on the dash, the open pore wood. I see a rear seat entertainment system back here because I can see the infotainment screen hanging off the back seat, just like on a 7 Series. It's just very nice in here. I'm impressed. Here are those quad headlights they were talking about. I couldn't quite see the full quad when they were talking about them, but now I can clearly see that there are 4 headlights there, and then you've got what clearly looks to be an LED daytime running light strip that probably just runs right across the center of that. It's interesting. I'll say that. It's interesting. Here's a better shot of that front end. And actually now I hadn't even noticed this design cue, how it just dips down in the center like that. Now where the license plate's going to go, on the other photo they were showing a European spec license plate, which does not look like an American license plate. Those are longer and they just kind of look better. Where is an American license plate going to fit on the front of this vehicle and not completely ruin the front of it? Like, for instance, like the Maserati Quattroporte. The Maserati Quattroporte, as you can see, is another car that I actually like, still do. But look, there's really no spot for the license plate. And yeah, so you either see them running around without one or they look really silly. But, you know, state laws require that, you know, you have one. But you don't want to tear up and mess up the looks of your front end. So yeah, where is the license plate going to go? That's what we need to know. The car is handsome. It's wide. It's long. It looks like it has all the right proportions. Like I said before, it's making all the right noises. It's a beautiful car. I would drive it. I would proudly drive it and not worry at all about a Mercedes or a BMW or maybe not even that new Audi A8L. Now, the Audi A8L is a pretty nice car. I actually just did a build and price review of the new Audi A8L, so I'm going to go ahead and put a link up in the corner to that video right now. So, yeah, beautiful car, but this too is a beautiful car. And for the last gallery image, they're showing the back end of the Genesis. I can see the rear view camera here. This looks to be some kind of sensor. Over here, it looks like I see the letter 3, or the number 3 So, for an engine designation, although I can't quite see that, it's pretty blurry. But here's the back end, and it looks all right. It's okay. It looks better from this angle, the back end. That's a little close. It doesn't do it any justice, but it definitely looks better, the back end, from this angle here. And I love the integrated exhaust tips as well. It just beautifully executed, actually. So yeah, that's it. Really, that's the 2020 Genesis G90. The only thing really left to do is, if I want to be up on when this thing hits the ground and all of that, I'm going to need to opt in to their email marketing. And I don't know if I want to opt into their email marketing. I'll think about it. But I probably will, because, well, when it hits the ground, we want to do a build and price review. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. You can see this little subscribe button down here in the corner. And so just hit that. Other than that, I'm going to wrap this video up. Let's click this thing that says top. Let's go to the top really fast. Well, or sort of fast. So yeah, that's a quick first look review of the 2020 Genesis G90. Pretty cool vehicle. I love the 2019. Go take a look at it. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a playlist, a link up to my my Genesis playlist. I haven't done a bunch of Genesis vehicles, but they don't have a bunch, and they haven't been around that long, so there you go. But I've done a few, the G70 and the G80, and now the G90, I think. Maybe not the G70. I think I did the G80, and I did the 2018 G90 and the 2019 G90, and now this one, and yeah, something like that. Well, go ahead, take a look at it. Other than that, I'm going to, wrap this video up. If you've watched the whole thing, thank you for watching the whole video. I really appreciate it. If you found this quick first look review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to tell you to have a wonderful day. And other than that, I'll see you on the very next video.